Glory to Jesus Christ, and welcome to St. Cyril Methodius Ukrainian Orthodox Church. I'm Father Gregory, the pastor, and it is Sunday, March 5th, the Sunday of Orthodoxy in the Orthodox Church, the day in which we commemorate the restoration of icons to the life of the Church. I started a video a few moments ago and had a little glitch here, so I'm going to try again. I've been listening to a series of lectures from Yale University's Timothy Snyder on the making of Ukraine. And it's always interesting when I listen to the lectures, especially the ones that Yale put up. I spent about a long time actually listening to a whole series of lectures on game theory, which I found fascinating. And these sets of lectures are also very interesting, but they are a little disturbing to me because, like a lot of people, I've got sort of a very simple view of history: good guys, good guys, my side, bad guys, well, not my side. And when Snyder talks about the history of the making of Ukraine, he's very careful to point out that good guys and bad guys are on both sides, and that things are much more complicated than I think we imagine they are. And I like a story that's not complicated. I like a story with a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's why I like mysteries and police procedurals on television and in movies, because I want a beginning, a middle, and an end. I want to know the good guys, the bad guys. I want it all laid out, and I want to just enjoy the story. But history isn't like that. History is much more convoluted. It's more shades of gray. It's often very difficult to determine good guys and bad guys in any sort of chemically pure sense. And so, as the title of the video suggests, there's another word that we want to use for humility, and that's history. That's looking at not what we think happened, not what we want to imagine happened, but looking at what actually happened. In our spiritual lives, this is important as well, because so often I fall into creating my own kind of mythology or my own kind of good guy, bad guy story about my own spiritual life. In fact, what I need to do is to look and see what has actually happened, not just the good things, but the bad things. This is really what humility requires from me, that I see things, I see myself as I really am, which is to say that I see myself as God sees me. Especially at the beginning of the spiritual life, that's really very difficult, because while God is very close to me, I am, again, at the beginning, very far from Him. So I need to do things that help me get into the habit of putting aside my own romantic notions about myself or about the world around me. That's why I recommend the Making of Ukraine lecture series. I think it's really fascinating. And it's one of the reasons, for example, I like economics and public choice theory, all of these, and psychoanalysis, all these very secular disciplines, because they help me look at myself and the world around me with sort of a less of a tendency to mythologize and to romanticize. Well, today, again, is the Sunday of Orthodoxy, the restoration of icons into the Church. And I hope that if you're Orthodox, you're going to be able to get to liturgy this morning, bring your icon, and go on the procession if your parish does that. If you're here in Madison and you want to learn more about the Orthodox Church, or if you are an Orthodox Christian, please feel free to visit here at St. Cyril Methodius at 1020 Regent Street. If you're in another part of the country, why not see what the Orthodox Church is all about? Well, this has been a very short one. If you'll excuse me, I've got to get ready because there's a lot to do this morning. So God bless everyone, and have a good Lent. Bye-bye.